The market stank of smoke, burnt machinery, and the faint metallic tang of fear. Neon lights flickered across grimy stalls where alien species of every shape and size were traded, bartered, or sold outright. I never intended to get involved. Humanity was just scraping by in the outer sectors, surviving in the shadows of corporate megacities. My credits were few, my ship battered, my luck thinner than the air in the asteroid belt. Then I saw them. 3 young alien catgirls, huddled in a cage no bigger than a cargo crate. Their fur was a mix of silver and midnight black, their tails twitching nervously. Golden eyes, huge, terrified, and unblinking, followed every passerby with desperate hope. Their small claws scraped the metal floor as they whimpered. A corporate slaver smirked at the growing crowd. Final bid, anyone? Live specimens, rare, exotic, and edible if you're so inclined. The words made my stomach turn. Sold as meat. Slaughtered for profit. I clenched my fists. My credits wouldn't last long in this sector. But I couldn't just walk away. 200 credits, a patron shouted. 300, another countered. I stepped forward, my voice hoarse but firm. 400. The crowd laughed. You? That's your last. I nodded. I had exactly 400 credits left. Every last one. The slaver's grin widened. Sold, he barked. To the human. The girls froze. Their tails curled around their small bodies, ears flicking nervously. One of them whispered, just loud enough for me to hear. Human, thank you. And in that moment, I realized something vital. Bravery isn't about having the most firepower. It's about risking what little you have for what's right. Middle, escape, and pursuit. I didn't have a ship capable of holding long-term life support for 3 alien species, but I didn't care. I had to get them out of that market alive. The slaver, of course, noticed immediately. Hey, you, bring them back, he shouted, charging toward me with a stun baton in hand. The first girl, the one with silver-flecked fur, stepped forward instinctively. Her small claws flashed as she swiped at his wrist. It barely scratched him, but it bought me enough time to scoot the crate toward the exit. We bolted into the alleyways, neon reflections bouncing off wet concrete. The other 2 catgirls scrambled behind me, tiny paws skidding against the slick ground. Where are we going? The black-furred one asked, her voice trembling. Anywhere safe, I said, trying to sound confident. Away from them. The slaver wasn't going to give up. Soon, a dozen of his enforcers blocked our path, energy whips glowing in their hands. I had no weapons capable of taking them down, but then I remembered something, a rusted old cargo lift in the alley that led to a maintenance shaft. Through there, I shouted, pointing to a narrow hatch barely tall enough for me to squeeze through. The girls followed. I pushed the crate through first, then ducked inside myself. The metal hatch clanged shut behind us. We were safe for now. As we moved deeper into the maintenance tunnels, I finally had a moment to look at them properly. Their ears twitched nervously, but their eyes were filled with gratitude. Their small bodies shivered, but not from fear entirely. Hope was alive in them, and maybe, just maybe, a little trust in me too. You're safe now, I whispered. I won't let anyone hurt you again. They blinked at me, the silver-flecked one stepping closer. You saved us, human. I did what I had to, I said. No one deserves to die for someone else's greed. The chase, desperation, and strategy. The tunnels were a labyrinth, and the slavers weren't far behind. They could track our heat signatures, but they underestimated our speed and improvisation. Every turn was a gamble, every intersection a potential ambush. One of the girls, the smallest, whispered an idea. I can use my agility to create diversions. Follow my lead. I didn't question it. She darted down a side tunnel, flipping and bounding with uncanny speed, drawing two pursuers away from us. The silver-flecked one used her tail to trip another enforcer. The black-furred girl hissed and swiped at anyone close enough to threaten us. I led them through the tunnels, my heart hammering in my chest. Every step I took could be my last. But seeing them alive, seeing them fighting to survive despite their fear, I realized something vital about humanity, and perhaps all species. Courage isn't measured by size or strength. It's measured by the heart. After what felt like hours, we reached a service port where my ship was docked. It wasn't fancy, but it could get us out of the city and into the asteroid belt, far from the slavers. "Hold on tight," I said as I loaded the crate onto the ship. The cat girls peeked through the crate slats, wide-eyed. "We trust you," the silver-flecked one whispered. I smiled. "Then let's get you somewhere safe." Ending, a new life begins. We took off into the night sky. The city's neon glow shrank behind us, replaced by the black void of space dotted with distant stars. The girls huddled together in the crate, but I could see relief in their eyes. "You risked everything for us," the black-furred girl said softly. "I didn't risk anything," I replied. "I did what anyone with a conscience would do." "But you had nothing left," she insisted. I shrugged. Sometimes, saving someone else is worth more than anything you could buy with credits. Over the next few days, I helped the girls adjust to life aboard the ship. They were curious, playful, and incredibly intelligent. Their instincts were sharp, but they were also kind. I taught them basic navigation, zero-gravity movement, and even a little human etiquette. By the time we reached a distant colony that offered protection for alien refugees, they were more than survivors. They were ready to start a new life. The colony accepted them with open arms, offering food, shelter, and education. And as I watched them integrate with other alien species, laughing and playing without fear, I realized something profound. Humanity isn't just about survival. It's about compassion, courage, and the choices we make for those who can't protect themselves. One evening, the silver-flecked girl came to me, tail swishing thoughtfully. "Human, you're different. Most would have left us to die." "I couldn't," I said simply. "And I won't." She smiled, a small, genuine curve of her lips. "Then perhaps we owe you more than we can ever repay." I shook my head. "You owe me nothing. Just live and never forget that even in a cruel universe, kindness matters." As the sun rose over the colony, the girls played in the courtyard, tails flicking in the wind. I stood back, watching them, feeling something I hadn't felt in a long time. Hope. Hope that no matter how dark the galaxy could be, there were still humans willing to risk everything for those who needed saving. And sometimes that was enough to change the universe.